Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Air hunters or something in the old fort near it.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
If you're looking for a challenge, you've come to the right place. A few drinks, a few laughs, and a contest. What could be better? Ha! We'll see about that. This is a special brew. Very strong stuff. Let's get started. If you're looking, maybe you just aren't up to the challenge. Maybe... Your turn. One down, my friend, one down. Maybe you just aren't up to the challenge. And how about you? So says you. I think I've hit my limit on these things. Tell you what, one more and you win the contest. Wow, you've really done it. The staff is yours. You know, you're a fun person to drink with. I know this great little place where the wine flows like water. We should head there. Hey, you don't look so good.
Wake up. That's right. It's time to wake up, you drunken blasphemer. Of course. You don't remember getting here. I'm guessing you also don't remember coming in here and blathering incoherently about marriage or a goat. Which means you don't remember losing your temper and throwing trash all over the temple. Well, you were deep in your cups when you got here. You were ranting, but most of it was slurred. You said something about Rorikstead.
Ho there! I don't know where you're going, but stay out of that mine. It isn't safe. We tunneled into an old Nordic crypt. The whole place is crawling with Draugr. We're not mining up any ore with those undead around, so I wouldn't go down there if I were you. You're joking, right? Those bone walkers will tear you limb from limb. But if you want to get yourself killed, go ahead.
There are some that say the Dark Brotherhood is back, and stronger than ever. They've made Dawnstar their home.
You've got a lot of nerve showing yourself in this town again. What do you have to say for yourself? Is that so? Does the name Gleda ring a bell? The star beauty of my farm? Kidnapped by a drunk lout and sold to a giant? You better remember her right fast before I call the guards and have you hauled away. You're damn right it does. I'll never breed another prize-winning goat like Gleda. And don't you think of coming back to Rorikstead until you get her back from that giant. You really don't remember stealing a goat and selling her to a giant? Are you thick? Go get her. At least she's bound to follow you back. You smell just like the fermented feed she likes. You mentioned something like that when you were running off with my goat. Tell you what, you bring back my goat, and maybe I'll give a damn about your staff. All right then.
Need something?
Another fine day at work in the fields. I don't envy those city folk who miss out on the joys of working alone.
I'll tell you who I don't envy. Those poor children who lost their parents in this war.
Lives lost, crops burned, land ruined. There's no greater sin in the world. And yet, you were an orphan, and you've made something of your life.
I was lucky. If you hadn't rescued me, I'd probably be a thief, a mercenary, or something even worse.
It's too fine a day to dwell on such things. Let's get back to work.
Name's Ennis.
Just have wars
Friends
and
who do
orphans
business
for a
in
while.
Whiterun, they might know me. You talked to Reldith yet? She's like a mother to me. You here from the city? I visit Whiterun from time to time, mostly to make deals. Gladder! And not a scratch on her. Happy day! I still can't figure out why you stole her. You left a note explaining it, but half of it was gibberish and the rest had mead spilled on it. Only bit I could make out was repaying Isolde in Whiterun, and even that's mostly scribbles. Guess you could try there. All right then. Reldith is the hardest working farmer.
So, you're finally back. Look, I've been patient, but you still owe me. Farewell. Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda. It's not about the money, really. I wouldn't have given you the wedding ring on credit if you weren't so obviously in love. But if there isn't going to be a wedding, the least you can do is give the ring back. That was one of my best pieces.
Take pity, sir, and spare me.
You went right out to give it to your fiancée. Don't you even remember where you left her? And after you told me that sweet story of how you met in Witchmist Grove, I can see why she left you.
Skyrim.
How could you forget? It was the sweetest story I'd ever heard. You met at the full moon, under the biggest tree in Witchmist Grove, surrounded by fireflies. It was straight out of a storybook. Farewell.
Darling, I've been waiting for you to return, to consummate our love. What? You want it for that hussy Esmeralda with the dark feathers, don't you? I won't let her have you.
All I can think about is my son.
Once
My
I've made
soul.
enough money trading with the
They say
Khajiit
that he was
caravans,
killed, but
I'm
I
going to
know
buy the
that-
bannered mare
I
from
know
Hulda.
my son is alive. Those bastards-
Excellent. Sorry it didn't work
Marion
out.
the Imperials.
I know how excited
They
you
know
were
the
for the
truth.
wedding.
And
You
yet
kept
they
saying
lie
it would be a huge ceremony at Morvenskar. You said you even had some magic staff that would handle all of the guests. Farewell.
Heard they're on guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Cannot even conceive the power I wield.
Enjoy killing me.
They drink all day and night, and what do I do?
You
I
work the
work
forge.
Why do they need me to do this?
I knew it!
can't hide.
Nothing better, really. They die too quickly. Maybe I'll try and hold off on the paralysis next time. Give me more of a moving target. Good practice.
You're here. I was beginning to think you might not make it. I thought you might not remember your first trip here. You had a big night. I think you've definitely earned the staff. Oh, the Hagraven feather and so on. You can throw all those out. You see, I really just needed something to encourage you to go out into the world and spread merriment. And you did just that. I haven't been so entertained in at least 100 years. I am Sanguine, Daedric Prince of Debauchery. I know. How could I lie to you? Well, how could I trust you until we've shared a few drinks? But it wasn't long before I realized you'd make a more interesting bearer of my not-quite-holy staff than this waste of flesh. Let's be honest here. I don't always think my decisions through. But you're going places. Maybe a little influence from your old Uncle Sanguine could help adjust your course a bit. My pleasure. But I think it's time for you to go. No fun keeping you locked up in here with the staff.
Yes? All right then.
When is my appointment to meet with General Tullius?
Sabine Stentor has a grasp of magical theory that I would never have expected from a human, even a Breton.
Socks.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms. This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself. Did you hear? The Hall of the Dead is closed. Brother Veralis isn't the most popular man in town right now. Degain the Beggar got himself kicked out of the Temple of Dibella. Caused quite the ruckus. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
The voice wielding. of the ancient.
Outsiders.
The Silverblood family will be heard.
Out of my way, outsider.
The gods have been saying things about you. That you're the one that, well, they say the Dark Brotherhood. Well, never mind.
If it's about the Hall of the Dead, no, you can't go in there.
I can't talk about it. Rest assured, the Jarl hears everyone's concerns. You will be able to visit the dead again soon. All right. I was going to suggest the Jarl hire someone to sort this mess out anyway. We've discovered that some of the dead have been eaten. Flesh has been chewed off. Bones were snapped to get at the marrow inside. We haven't caught anyone or anything yet. It's like it knows when I'm there. If you can get to the bottom of this, the priesthood of Arcade will reward you. Take my key, and be careful. New to Skyrim? I was confused at first too. The Nords call their mausoleums the Hall of the Dead. It's where people in the city are buried. Fathers, forefathers, mothers, foremothers. Arcade, one of the 8 divines, god of the cycle of birth and death. It is his shrine people pray to when they visit the hall, that his divinity will watch over their ancestors on the way to the next life. Tread lightly in the hall. You don't know what's in there.
Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling of steel and blood, but not fear. I feel the hunger inside of you, gnawing at you. You see the dead, and your mouth grows wet. Your stomach growls. It's all right. I will not shun you for what you are. Stay. I will tell you everything you have forgotten. You were young when you first tasted human flesh, weren't you? A brother or sister had died? Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling
Then
of
the
steel
hunger
and
set in.
blood, but
True
not
enough.
fear.
What's the harm in just one bite? It's okay now. You found a friend who
I feel the
understands
hunger
you.
inside of
You can let go of your
gnawing
guilt.
at you. You see the dead, and your mouth grows wet. Your stomach growls. It's all right. I will not shun you for what you are. Stay. I will tell you everything you have forgotten.
A lot of our kind block out the memory of their You were young when you first tasted human flesh, weren't you? A brother or sister had died? An accident, of course.
Then the hunger set in. Curiosity. What's the harm in just one bite? It's okay now. You found a friend who understands you. You can let go of your guilt. A lot of our kind block out the memory of their first meal. The shame is too much. But you don't need to hide anymore. Namira, the Lady of Decay, accepts you for what you are. She has a place for us where we can sate our appetites without judgment. It's inside Reachcliff Cave. But the dead have stirred from their slumber recently, and I was forced here. Meet me there. We'll fight our way to Namira's embrace together. Until then, tell the people of Markarth that their dead won't be disturbed anymore. We have bigger plans ahead.
Returned. What happened in the Hall of the Dead? Divines preserve you. You're a hero. We'll reopen the hall right away. Here, take my amulet as a reward. Arcade protect you.
You've come. The Draugr infesting Namira's sanctuary are inside. I was hoping you would say that. Draugr are below. Foul tasting. Shrine of Namira is further inside. Keep going. The Shrine of Namira is further inside. Keep going. You've done it. The shrine is ours again. Now we need to prepare a grand feast to welcome you to Namira's coven. You will have the honor of bringing a fresh kill for the main course, and I know the perfect person. A priest filled with the taste of an easy life, Brother Verilus from Markarth. Give him this gold, tell him you need Arkay's help exploring an old cavern for treasure. And when he stands in Namira's presence, she will take care of the rest. Say hello to Verilus for me. Many used to come to these caves. The forgotten, the wretched.
Even the dead need company. That's what Arkay provides. You are looking for Arkay's protection while you delve some dank tomb, I take it? My duties keep me busy in Markarth. I don't know if I can help you. Treasure, you say? I suppose the Jarl won't mind if I'm gone for a little while. Lead on.
Many used to come to these caves. The forgotten, the wretched.
Who are you?
It's so good to have everyone around the
Priest of
table again.
Arcay. I'm your friend.
Iola's a fine host.
You're my
She really keeps the faithful together.
I'm
Yes,
just glad we have
I'm
this
your
now.
friend, and
I
I've
was almost
invited
getting
you to
ready to
dinner.
eat my servant and
been
blame
invited
it
to
on the
dinner.
Forsworn.
I'm so hungry.
Why don't you lay down and rest while we get the meal ready?
I need to lay down. I'll just be a minute.
Come with me. Our feast is about to begin. The meal is on Namira's table. Go ahead, carve. He looks sweet. Go ahead, have the first bite.
Mortal, I am Namira, the Lady of Decay. Your consumption of the blood and bile of Arcay's own is pleasing to me. I give you my ring. Wear it, and when you feast on the flesh of the dead, I will grant you my power. Wallow in your wretchedness, my newest champion.
I knew when you walked into the Hall of the Dead that you were special. I knew when you walked into the Hall of the Dead that you were special. And here you are, champion of Namira, keeper of her ring. You're everything I hoped you'd be. It's an honor, champion. Feel free to stay and mingle with your new coven.
Praise to you, champion.
I'm so glad Ayola invited you to dinner.
You were given Namira's ring? A great honor.
Namira spoke to you? I knew this feast was going to be something. The bloodiest beef in the Reach.
You were given Namira's ring? A great honor.
Go ahead, eat.
It's an honor, Keeper of the Ring.